Check it out. I look like alfalfa. Where's Darla? Where am I gonna sing something while strumming my ukulele. Pardon me. As I bend over to plug this in. Hello, folks. Hello. My God, am I a creature of routine or what? I wear the same things. I sit in the same place. You know what? It's that sense of I was going to say regularity, but that makes me think of like Metamucil, because I am terminally 5 years old. But hey, here we go. I see Mevins Live from Michigan. Oh, how I wish again I was in Michigan back on the farm. Oh, Shanana from New Hampshire. I love it. A camp chair in New Hampshire. That's for me. See, I am like my dad. I am totally like my dad in the fact that I can come up with a song for almost anything. So good morning, everybody. I hope it is nice and toasty where you are. There we go. I love it. That one persona says, good morning. Went from watching you on YouTube to TikTok. I'm everywhere. She's everywhere. She's everywhere. I love it. Damn it, Donna has the AC on now. Well, I know being down in Florida, Donna, that you must be psyched to have it warm again. I would be too. It's actually fun. I just got a text and I had to shut off my messages because there's a flurry of texts going around. But I got a text moments ago from a friend who we're going to be in Florida in, I think, March or April together. So something fun to look forward to. I love the fact that I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing sunlight. I don't know about you guys, but I just love the sun, except for when it's in my eyes and then it aggravates the life out of me. But you know. I love it. Cap Roby, you're so true. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is broke, let's fix it, shall we? Yeah, like I am so cool with my habit of routine. It just, the fewer decisions I have to make, the easier my life is. Maybe you feel the same way. So if this is my outfit, this is my uniform, and I put it on and I don't have to worry about it, one less thing to worry or stress out or whatever. Occasionally, if I want to wear something, like I have some fun clothes, but those are for kind of other occasions. But if I don't feel like it, at least I'm covering my body and I'm keeping it at a temperature that I like. So wonderful. So good morning, everybody, and happy. There we go. Damn it okay, I'm just checking up because somebody said something. Ooh, something bopped here. Let me do this. Oh, funny. Barbara says, I only changed because I accidentally soaked when starting the dishes. I did that actually twice yesterday. I was totally not paying attention last night when we came home we went out to see a show with some friends, and I thought I was opening up my thing of makeup remover, like my little makeup remover pads. I wasn't. I was opening up a thing of jewelry cleaner, and so I opened it up and it splashed everywhere and it dropped. Now, the crazy thing about this jewelry cleaner is that I've had it since 2000 something, because I got it when I got my engagement rings. So talk about hanging on to things, but I digress. Okay, so here we are. Oh, there we go. Mevins is saying, looking out and cloudy and getting ready for a snowstorm, Michigan. I would rather have the sun. Yes, I hear you. All right, so Heidi D, I see you have your little cup. I've got my big cup here because I just came from coaching and I want to make sure I have something to sip on in case my throat gets dry. But good morning. So as I often do, before I jump into stuff, I like to just introduce myself to the new folks here. So my name is Beth. I am a decluttering life coach. This is what I call myself because this is what I am. I help you declutter your life. A little bit of country, a little bit rock and roll, a little bit of Gen X, as you can just tell, because I'm totally channeling the Donnie and Marie show from Friday nights in the 70s. I do one-on-one coaching with people. I have a free mailing list. And this weekend and next weekend, people on the mailing list, you're going to get the invites to the parties. We're going to do some decluttering parties together. Together, forever. We're going to declutter together. And it's going to be wicked fun. What we do here is we celebrate our wins as far as decluttering goes. We have some fun. We drink a cup of coffee. We make a plan. You can putter and declutter, as I like to say. Really, I'm here. I just show up. It's so not structured because the structure is based on where you are in your clutter journey and how I can help you. Or not even me, because sometimes I'll be talking to one person and other things will pop up and other people have ideas that might help. So it's kind of just a nice little community. So welcome. Smiles, everyone, smiles. All right. Now, somebody just said something. Gail just said, I just put 3 bags out for the Kidney Foundation. Yay. There we go. Love it. Good stuff, people. Kat Roby. Now, those of you who show up know, because Kat has a routine, much like I have a routine, of when I say, hey, she says, hey-o. When I show up on doing a TikTok Live, Kat has gotten into the habit of signing up, showing up when I do a TikTok Live. Kind of that external accountability. She then also says, and she makes it fun because she calls it her SBB, her scheduled Beth blinders. So when I'm on here, she kind of puts her blinders on and then she assigns herself something to do. I say a task, but a task sounds kind of like work. Something to do, an action to take, an action to perform. So she also posts it. So notice when you post something, when you write something down and you share it with people, that increases the likeliness that you will do something. So learn something from this right from the get-go. So Kat says, hey-o, when I say hey-o. And then SBB, clear laundry surface of unfinished projects, finding space and time to finish or letting go. So that's what she's aiming for. And she's going to put on her blinders and I'm going to hear and we're going to chat and, kind of just be talking in the background because sometimes it feels better when you don't feel like you're decluttering alone. Especially, at least for me. So I'm in Pennsylvania, I'm Eastern PA right now. And when the weather is cold and the windows are not open and you're in your house, sometimes you can feel alone and isolated. But honeys, let me guarantee you are not alone when it comes to clutter. You have so many clutter friends, and so you can declutter together. Okay, so that's what we're here for. So yeah, so Barbara got some stuff on herself because she was doing the dishes. It halted her, but she's going to try again now. That is so much what we're doing here is after you got stopped by something, whatever it was, how to get started again. Okay? I was talking about this moments ago with one of my one-on-one clients because I do the one-on-one coaching. And we were talking about that kind of breaking the habit of all or nothing thinking and chunking things down and learning how to start after you've stopped. Now I have, and this may be of appeal to you, especially because today is the last day of 2024 and tomorrow starts the new year. Not to sound like an infomercial, it's just a fact though. When you sign up for my free mailing list at destinationdeclutter.com, one of the things you have access to is a downloadable and printable habit tracker. Now it ain't pretty, but it gets the job done. Kind of like me. It ain't pretty, but it gets the job done. Now I'm looking for a copy of it because my own personal copy of it is in the kitchen. And I have, frankly, gotten out of the habit. Oh, here we go. Here's one. So see this right here? Right here. You can print that out and you put the date across the top, the next 30 days or whatever, 31. And then you put some things you want to get better at doing on a daily basis. This is wonderful. This is helping you getting back in the saddle again. If you want that, it's free. Sign up for the mailing list. And I got to get back on the habit again. So you get that. Oh my goodness, 58 new messages. Let me play some catch up here. All right. Hey, I love this. Like Lainey showed up yesterday for a TikTok, for the TikTok live yesterday that I did. And she says, my kids have agreed to take their stuffed animals. Thank you for your response yesterday. I love it. I love that you did what I was just experimented with the stuff that I offered. So what I offered was just in a nutshell and very kind of general, but specific perhaps to your situation as well, folks, is if you live with other people or even if they don't live in your house, if you have somebody else's stuff in your house and that person is still alive, so you can ask them to get involved with the getting their stuff out of your house. Do not do it alone. This is not just your task. This is not a hierarchy, a patriarchy, a whatever-archy. This is a community. This is you doing your stuff and other people participating in the making the mutual home feel and function less clutteredly than it currently does. Okay. Woo. Now I love this. Bunch of people. Happy New Year, Lori Hannah. Nice to see you. I have fuzzy little socks on. Thank you to you. I love it. All right, what do we have here? Going back here, I'm just backing up. We are a league, says Star Queen. We're a human league because these are the things that dreams are made of. And it's funny, I have the lyrics to that song that I wrote, Words to Live By. I wrote this in 1982. It still applies, so I have it hanging up here. And I only found that because I was decluttering my own stuff. These are the things that dreams are made of. Now, I love it. Questine says, my porch is full of donations being picked up today. Okay. I love it. Debbie says, my office became a dumping ground. It is going to happen. That's nothing wrong with that. But last night, I emptied 3 bins and got rid of 1 bag of trash. Every little bit helps. Linda Mosergear is on the shore. You down the shore? You down the shore? I love it. Okay. New Year's Eve cleaning done. Yeah, you know what? I will be honest with you. As a human to human, we were away for the holiday. We came back with gifts. We also got stuff that came in the mail. So I'm kind of still, quote, digging out. It's barely any digging. It's almost like a little sand shovel. But I have stuff that I need to find homes for in our home. New clothes that we bought. We got some new, like, travel pillows because we're going traveling. I got to figure out how to work those. So this is the time of year, just to put yourself and what you're going through into context. This is the time of year that so many of us here in the US and probably beyond have more things in our home and out of place than ever before. So if you're kind of feeling overwhelmed about it, again, you're not alone. You're in good company, right? What else do we have today? Then I'm just scrolling because I don't want people to feel left out. Oh, there we go. User 1620. I feel like the what is that rock? The Plymouth Rock. Happy New Year. User 16228. Thank you for dragging me away from I can't and into yes, I can. Yes, you can, you guys. Seriously? There are certain things that I can't, many things I cannot do. I'm sure, same with you. Decluttering is not one of them. Decluttering is a skill that if you currently do not have it, I am here to teach it to you. And even teaching a skill sounds boring. I like to make it fun. I like to share my tips. I like to share what worked for me, to be like, hey, this worked for me. This might work for you too. So even if you are, however old you are and you don't know how to declutter, no big deal. I really didn't learn how to do this until my last 10 or 15 years. I grew up in a cluttered home. I'm a collector. I mean, look, me, I collect stuff. But I learned how to think differently and feel differently and act differently about my stuff. It has changed my life so wonderfully that I just show up on TikTok to share this with you. So it is not a fault of yours if you don't know how to do it yet. It's like any skill. Do you know how to ice skate? Have you done it in a while? Do you know how to tap dance? I mean, things can be learned. I'm here to show you and to make it fun. Okay? What do we got going here? People are telling me I'm pretty. Why, thank you. Okay, Brandy B is going to tackle my scrap room tonight. Now, this is one of the things I would love to just share with you to just get curious about. I'm not saying you need to believe this, but I just offer to you, because this has really been a wonderful place for me to hang out, is noticing a lot of things, but noticing the words we use. The words we tell ourselves in our heads oftentimes make ourselves feel a feeling. Now, notice when we often maybe just because it's a way of our society talking about tackle, Freudian slip. I'm going to tackle my clutter. Like I'm going to knock it to the ground, like I'm a football player. I'm not a football player. But what I say is, I would love for you to think about your clutter today and in the future differently than tackling it, to being like beating it up and knocking it to the ground and being mean to it. How about I'm going to play with my toys? How about I'm going on a treasure hunt? How about I'm going to walk down memory lane? How about using different words? When you use different words in your head, they make you feel different. Notice the difference between tackling your clutter and playing with your toys. Doesn't that feel different? Doesn't that have a different view in your head? When you think different, when you have different words in your head and different feelings in your feeler, your heart, then you do different things with your hands. Okay? So we may talk about decluttering and we talk about tackling them. I like to say something else. You will find me, though, slipping into the habit of using certain phrases. Like I will often slip into the habit of getting rid of, which sounds like kind of a lack thing, like you're getting rid of something. And sometimes you are getting rid of things. You want to get rid of things that smell bad, that make you feel gross. Get rid of those things. Other times, that get rid of phrase may make you kind of hang on to things. But when you think of sharing your abundance, when you have something that's still good, that has life left in it, but you're just not using it, crock pots or Instapots or clothing that you're not wearing, when that still has value, but just not to you, how about sharing? Sharing your abundance with people. Notice how that feels different to say, I'm sharing my abundance with people versus I'm getting rid of something. Now, there's places in our days for all of those words, but I offer this up. It's almost like I'm walking around. I'm like the hostess with a tray of hors d'oeuvres, of canapes. I'm offering this up. Does that sound interesting to you? Feel free to take it. If you bite it and don't like it, just wrap it in a napkin and throw it in the trash, okay? But if you like it, maybe you say, oh, you know what? I'm going to write that one down, okay? 99 plus new messages, people? Okay. I thank you. I'm going to attempt to catch up here. Thank you for all the likes. I love the fact that you're chatting with each other when I am chatting with one person, because this is what we do. It's not all about me being on the mount and being like, look, I got 10, 10, what do you call them? Commandments, okay? So I'm going to back up. She's backing up. She's backing up. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Yes. Hey, Strong Silver Soul Sister. It's been a while. Happy holidays and Happy New Year to you as well. Nice to see you. Alrighty. Now, this is when I'm backing up so much that I'm going to apologize if I've missed anybody's comment, but I am one person on TikTok. There are over 100 people right here. So there we go. Okay, I think where we are. Boopity boop, 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 doop, doop, doop. Okay, we go. All right. Debbie says we reminded our son about his boxes in the basement. Good. Good. Putting something in somebody's, planting a seed, saying, you know what? This is your stuff. I love you, but get your stuff and get the hell out of here, you know? Lori Hannah is already so ready to put away Christmas stuff, as am I. I feel like I've barely hung out with it, but yes, I too am kind of, and so is Pop-Tart Mama, you know? Thank you for liking my haircut. Yeah, I have a good hair guy, I will say. I am blessed. I am lucky that I have good hair. I have many other things that I could fall fault with, but I'm lucky enough that genetic-wise, I have good hair. So thank you. I appreciate it, but it's, you know. All right, there we go. Damn it, Donna. Tree is going in the street today. Now, I love this. Sweet Rain is saying, it feels great. Because this is why we're doing all of this, you guys. It's not to feel pain, but to feel great. To chip away at all my boxes and junk piles and drawers a bit at a time. That, my dear, Sweet Rain, that's how we're doing it. A little bit at a time. Every little bit helps. I had some stickers that maybe I'll give out on the TikTok or the Zoom parties. I'm sorry, I'm looking at them here because I don't know how many I have. Every little bit helps. Chipping away at something is how you get it done. Those of us who live in icy climates know that the only way you get the ice done is to chip away at it. It doesn't all go down at once. Okay? Yeah? Okay. My mother and grandmother, the whole family just collects. My people, that's how I am. That's how I was. I swear in our family tree, we have a junk man. And then there's barns up in New Hampshire filled with stuff. And my mother's house, I'm trying to help her empty out her stuff. And some of her stuff is coming to me. And some of her stuff is going to my sister's house, who has a barn that's filled with stuff. I know what you're talking about. So you're not alone in this. As a recovering cluttered collector, I'm here to share with you that you can be somebody who has collected and continues to collect, and also have room for the stuff you want, make homes for things where it's easier for you to find it, make it easier for you to clean up, and it's a wonderful thing. Interesting. Barbara says, I saw a no buy in 2025 promotion yesterday. Gonna think twice. I love it. Go shopping in your house. before you go shopping outside of your house. Look in your pantry, look in your basement, look in your closet. Where do you have things stored? You're creative. I bet if you're looking for something, you might be able to use something you already have. We are smart people. We are thrifty. We are the world. You can find something. And then if you have shopped in your house and then you've asked a neighbor or a friend if you can borrow something because you only need it temporarily, then and only then, maybe you throw a rent, like you buy into the society that we live in and you buy stuff. Have I purchased things in this last year? Yeah. Will I do it in the future? Yes. However, I will do it far less frequently than I have in years past. Now, I love it. Kara, nice to see you. Kids home for Christmas. Each has a memory drawer. I did a deep decluttering after they left, and now she's going to Savers and to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. In Langhorne, Turnersville, and Oaks. See, that's me doing my Massachusetts, calling it the dump versus the transfer station. Because the townies, the OGs, we call it the dump. All right? There we go. Lori is taking her tree down slowly, but doing it slowly, you know? Okay, I need to stop procrastinating, says Tracy. I would get curious about your procrastination. I am a procrastinator myself at times, and I find when I procrastinate, it's because I don't, for whatever reason, I don't feel like doing it. Does that sound familiar? What I suggest to you is just take another step and say, well, what's the reason? Why don't I feel like doing it? Notice how we know we should do something. There's the thinker up here, but there's the feeler right here. I know I should do that, but I don't feel like it. Just get curious about it. Do not judge yourself. This is a judgment-free zone, except if you're a troll or a hater, and I have no patience for you. Don't beat yourself up. Go into the new year, end the new year being kinder to yourself. All over the place, every day, every moment of the day, when you're going to yell at yourself, quiet yourself down, and love yourself instead. Okay? This is what we're doing. This year is going to be a good year. Okay? Okay? Hey, G. Schnauzer, back from Germany. Wonderful. Can't wait to hear it. I saw a Krampus the other day, and I thought of you. I love it. Yeah. So, I love it. Good stuff here. Okay. I'm backing up and finding some things here. Is your location to love visual copyrighted tattooing? Okay. Location to love. I love that. I'm all about an analogy or whatever. Or not an analogy. What is that thing? When it starts with the same letter? That thing. I like that thing. And no, it's not, seriously, this is not trademarked. Feel free to, if somebody gets a tattoo of this, oh my God, I'd be thrilled. Show it to me and I would be delighted. I am not a tattoo person. My skin is like tissue paper. It would bleed like, and I mean, you know, it would feather out like nobody's business, but I love seeing people in their cool tattoos. All right. So yeah. Yeah, Coach K, go for it. Go for it. Seriously. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I am not a gatekeeper. I open the gate and say, come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's twist again like we did last summer. All right. Now, Debbie, I missed who it was. He is taking over my mom's house. When I get one closet cleared, I may bring his boxes there. Okay, yes. So be mindful of other people and their clutter. Boundaries, people. Boundaries. Good fences make good neighbors. Okay? I love it. Pat Jones Realtor says, I have worked with the same designer for 18 years selling real estate. You are fabulous. Why, thank you. I think I'm pretty cool too. Okay. Mevins Live. Let me help you with this. Now we're getting into some good stuff. My problem. I start chipping away and then I add to the same pile. Now, this is where I want you to think of what you do as a process. Notice where you start and notice that currently your process isn't working for you. Don't beat yourself up about it though. Totally. Do not judge. Get curious. On the one side, you have unhelpful thoughts, right? Judging yourself. On the other hand, let's just get curious. Notice when you start to put something in the pile that you're chipping away from. Now, decision making is something that we could all probably use our decision making muscle. Decluttering is decision making. But decluttering is like a muscle and it gets fatigued. To me, decluttering and decision making is also like it's like the gas tank in your car. When you use it, the gas gauge goes down. So notice when you start out strong and notice when you start to fade. It's like your gas gauge going down. Keep an eye on your own gas tank. Are you at a full tank when you're starting the day? No. If not, how can you get yourself? How can you top up your tank? If you're going through the day and you're starting to fade, you pull over and you would put gas in your car. Treat your life like a road trip. This is what I do all the time. How am I feeling today? Am I starting with a full tank? No, then my first stop should be the Sunoco down the street. Okay? Oceanana, tiny pantry closet bursting at the seams. Need to edit it so it works better for me. Yeah. Oceanana, look for ingredients for those recipes that you've saved. Make some recipes. Also, the other thing with everybody too, please, is if you have overpurchased because something was on sale or you had every intention of using it and you're just not using it at the speed that you thought you would. If you have unopened and unexpired food cluttering up your pantry, I highly recommend donating to a local church, food pantry, something that people don't have the food. It's a wonderful way of, again, sharing your abundance, not throwing away stuff that still has value to it. Now, if it's opened or expired, get rid of that. Get rid of the stuff that's gross. But think of what you can do to lighten your load and help somebody else. Okay? Yeah. Now, Tamara says, thrifting has ruined me. Thrifting has made my life delightful. I love it. Somebody's making stuff with lint. Yes. I love it when I see people talking to themselves. Okay. Anna says, hello, Beth. I just want you to know that you inspired me to go through tons of clothes yesterday. Awesome. I hope it was fun. I hope it wasn't as painful as you thought. Okay? This is the thing, you guys. Seriously, I do not show up to cause you pain. I show up to tell you that you just may be afraid of the pain that you think you're going to feel when you're decluttering. Now, I'm also not going to totally lie. Some things will cause you to feel some feelings. But so much of decluttering is just kind of meh. It's like, oh yeah, what do I do with this? I don't know. Do I need it? Do I want it? Don't be afraid to feel your feelings. Feel them, and they're not lasting. They are temporary. They're like a wave on the ocean. Okay? I love it that you're going through the shoes today, and you have 5 black garbage bags full to donate. I can now move around my room. Yeah. Notice these things. Notice that you doing something is making your life better. Okay, alliteration. Thank you. I just saw that. I'm totally backing up here. All right, here we go. They have much less Christmas and decorations and clutter in Germany. Yeah, this is a US-based kind of thing. It really is, because we are a capitalist society and we are 24/7 being told to buy stuff. I mean, even here on TikTok. That's why I try not to sell you anything except, my one-on-one coaching, which is not a cluttery thing. Okay. All right. Cat Roby, you're just staring at the pile. How about putting your hand on the pile? Lay your hands on me. Just put your hand on the pile and then close your hand and then see what you pull out. Maybe be like your own claw machine, right? Your own grab-o machine. Grab something, anything. Everybody, you want to play along with Kat so she's not alone? Grab something. Say, what is this thing? Do I want it or not? If I want it, where does it go? If I don't want it, where does it go? I'm grabbing a tissue. Do I want this? Well, yeah, because I might blow my nose with it later. If it was really booger filled, I would totally put it in the trash. But right now it's kind of dry. What's this? Oh, it's a mug. I'll keep it. You can do it. Don't let the overwhelm of not starting keep you from starting. Okay. Melissa says, good morning. I need advice. I work retail. Man, I used to work and had an associate who cursed at a customer, then later quiet. Okay, Melissa, this is when I would say that is all about them and not you. I've cursed customers in my head, not clients here, but when I was in retail, it's a tough thing. Hey, congratulations. I'm sorry. I'm bopping around right here because there's so many things. Lori Hanna paid off her house yesterday. Congratulations. Talk about a weight lifted. What a cool idea. Congratulations. All right. Star Queen is saying, you helped me toss out barely touched makeup from a year ago. Several items. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. I love that people are encouraging people. Encouraging. Notice what we're doing right now. Notice that I am just talking nice. We don't get enough of that in this world. And I am being encouraging and helpful and calm and patient and fun. Notice when you would be the same to yourself in your head, that you might feel like you want to do something too. So yeah, and Anna's Dream Biz totally says, not painful at all, just needed this Christmas break to have time. Yes, me too. Yesterday, I will share with you. So we got home from travel on Sunday night? And yesterday I hit the ground running with coaching at TikTok Lives. And then I look out and I'm like, oh my God, we have like boxes we haven't even unopened that came while we were away. And I even said to my husband, I was like, wow, I'm moving really slowly today. It's because I was still recovering. Every day you will move at a different pace. You are not on autopilot. You're not you will move at a different pace. This is why your foot in your car goes, it can put on the foot on the gas and it can speed up, it can slow down, it can put on the brake. Match the pace that you're moving to. Honor the pace you're moving at. Feel good about the pace you're moving at. Don't try to speed things up if that activates your nervous system. If you're moving slowly, be thankful you're moving at all. Okay? There we go. Somebody got the cat mama got my toad reference. All right. I love it. Lee Katie says, I'm almost done with my upstairs, just a linen closet and file cabinet to go, going top down. Yeah. Notice these things. Okay? Notice these things. Beth, will you, okay. Okay. Melissa says she messaged me at 8 a.m. acting like a victim. This happened in September. Do I reply? I wouldn't. If you want to, you can. Notice, you have a decision tree here, Melissa. And for everybody, I want to share this. Melissa's talking about something at work. We encounter forks in the road all over the time. Now, I could talk about a tree. I was talking about decision-making tree, but I want to share with you so many times during our days, from the moment we breathe, from get up, there are so many decisions. When you become conscious of the fact that you're in control of your decisions and you can do something or not do something, that's power. You have a choice to do something or not do something. When you realize that your decision will affect your outcome, you can work backwards. This is why I call my coaching Destination Decluttered. So Melissa, I ask you, in your situation, and I ask everybody here, what are you aiming for? What do you want to happen? What's the result you want? You, not your friend, not your family, you. Now, for decluttering, I want to clutter less. I want a less cluttered home. I want to easily be able to find my stuff. So Melissa, you have control now over what you do to get the result you want. Many of us, however, are in the habit of reacting to other people so they get what they want. They get to lay down on the couch surrounded by dirty dishes, and then they complain when you ask them to do their part. And if they complain enough and you're tired of them whining, you may just clean up after themselves. You just played into them getting what they wanted. So Melissa, I just ask you, sit with yourself a moment, and everybody, and say, what do I want? How do I want to feel in this scenario? And give yourself a moment to listen for your response. It's all in here. It's kind of up here, but it's really in here. And then it goes up here and puts it into words. Okay? So, Shelly Smith is asking about, Beth, will you talk about your books I've made? Oh, yes, I have made books. Look, I didn't technically make them. Back in the day, I've been around almost 60 years here, and I have had many chapters of my life. I'm a Gen Xer who has a creative brain, and I've never fit in the mold. I am like a square peg. Square peg, square peg, square, square pegs. Always never quite right. It's fine. I love it. I would not change my life for anybody else's. There was a chapter, a long chapter in my life where I used to actively go out in my car and take pictures of old timey places. And then I would do that from the time I got a camera in the 80s until pretty much today. In the last 10 years or so, I realized that with the internet, I could make a blog and then a website and then some videos and books. And so, yeah, so the books you see behind me are some of the books that I've written about road tripping. Now, I don't do that. I don't write those books anymore. It's really neat, though. A friend of mine is coming out with a book that I'm wicked psyched about. Very similar. But I use that same approach of the road trip. This is how I show up to you now, is because while I was writing these books, I had no idea what I was doing. I was frustrated with so much of my life. And I said at one point, my God, I can plan such a kick-ass road trip. Why can't I plan my life like I plan a road trip? And then my inside passenger here said, I don't know, why can't you? How do you plan a road trip? Well, I pick where I want to go. I'm excited about where I want to go. I'm zhuzhed up. I want to go. I want to go to Key West. Ooh, how do I get there? I find a route to get there, and then I show up and I do the things to get me there. That's in a nutshell. Look at me, I'm in a nutshell. That's how you do a road trip. You start with the end in mind, as the guy says in that book about 7 habits. But you get excited about the end result. And what I had realized, frankly, so I share it with you, is I was looking ahead. I wasn't looking forward to my future. I was looking ahead with dread. Like, I'm afraid. I don't know what I'm coming up with. When I decided to just make up a destination, I don't know, I want to do something. I want to have this room look more like Palm Springs than it did, more kind of chunky. That helped me change my life by looking at my life like a road trip. Okay? So that's what that's all about, Charlie Brown. Okay? Yes, Waitresses did the theme song, exactly. Now, I didn't get to watch Square Pegs a lot because it was on Monday nights and I had to go to CCD back in the day in like 7th grade. This is interesting. The number of your viewers has hit an all-time high. You know why? This is the time of year where everybody, even if you haven't been following me for the years that I've been doing this is when everybody is in their house being like, oh, I got too much stuff. There we go. Yes, strong soul, silver soul sister. I'm giving myself grace today because I am low energy, but at least I have energy. Exactly. One of my phrases that I use here's my little hostess tray. You can use it if you like. I may be moving slowly, but I'm moving. And then there's some days when I don't. I herkle-durkle, I rot, I laze about. That's okay. It's part of the human experience. Okay? There we go. I love it. Okay. So here's the thing. There we go. Kat Roby started. She was stuck, then she got started. And she says halfway through the pile covering the projects, it's just some laundry to put away. Notice one thing when you say just. Okay? Now, Shelley Smith says, okay, the books. Oh, and then another thing, if those are not the books, also, instead of doing a vision board, because I don't like having those things cluttered, I got a book and I used to cut out pictures from magazines of stuff that I wanted. And I'm amazed at how many things, but also experiences in those books that I have made happen. I've manifested them, you know. So, and you want to do that with your daughter, Shelley? Go for it, you know. So, couple things I want to hit. Debbie has already hit. I want her home to be peaceful, not chaotic. Now, Debbie, I will offer this. One of the most powerful tools you have in your toolkit, 2 things. One is your head. The other one's your heart. The other one is your hand with a pen in it, writing down stuff. Write that down. I want a home that is peaceful. Currently, I'm at chaotic. I want peaceful. What is going to give my home that peaceful, easy feeling? Listen to that. Write those things down. Seriously, channel. You have wisdom inside of you. You have wisdom inside of you that you're barely tapping into. It's almost like you're a maple tree. You've got syrup. Well, actually, technically, you have sap running through you. You tap that stuff. You boil it down. You have the most delicious syrup ever. Okay, so write these things down, people. I love it. Somebody just did something that I missed. There we go. Somebody sold 4 items on Poshmark. Love it. Love it. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah. Washburn Homestead, I need to do my closet so bad I can't even open it without spilling out things. Okay, start. Silly, just start. Just start. You can't screw this up, people. It is really difficult to screw this up. And even the screw up means you're going to, and you will. People, let me get this. The thing you're afraid of the most is going to happen. You will let go of something that in the future you may wish you didn't. It has happened to me. It's happened to you. But when you go through your clutter at a pace that feels good to you and you make good decisions along the way, you reduce the likelihood that you will regret letting go of something. Okay? All right. Okay. So Moi says, and this is really important, I'm a medical items grabber when at the doctor's. Ace bandages, alcohol wipes, gloves, and Band-Aids. I know I have enough. Notice where my hands go when I say this, everybody. I know up here in my brain, in my rational brain, I know I have enough. However, you know what really makes the decisions in us people? Right here. But I'm afraid. I have fear in my heart. I feel fear. I'm afraid I'm not going to have it when I need it. Yeah, this right here. Anybody hanging on to something in your house that you know you have enough, but it doesn't feel like you have enough. You're still feeling kind of lackey. The fear of, but what if I need it and don't have it? That is, seriously, this is where we work. This is why I'm a decluttering life coach, because it isn't just the brain that runs the thing. It informs what's going on here, but the real thing that controls what you do or not do is your heart, is your feeler. I feel like Dr. Seuss when I call it your feeler. I call it your heart. Because when you feel lack, you will do things to feel like you have enough. But if you don't realize there's a disconnect, that's when things start to pile up, okay? So what I would do is, everybody, start this way. Calming down your nervous system. Telling your heart it is safe. Talking to yourself lovingly, quietly, encouragingly. It's okay. You have enough. You have more than enough. If you're hanging out with me, clutter is, quote, more than enough. And catch yourself when you're in the habit of grabbing stuff and then say, do I really need this? No. Just have a conversation between your head and your heart. I don't need to do this. I have enough. And start to feel the safety of having enough. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, but just start. Okay? Just start. Okay? Now, that's how all of us start every day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your web-footed friend. Okay. Laura is having a frustrating morning. I want to help her with this. Put on the positive end of things. My family of 4 has made progress in the basement. All right. So you're feeling kind of frustrated. Notice frustration. Think of it like a pebble in your shoe. You can ignore it, or you can sit down and figure out what's causing the frustration in your shoe. Okay? So I love it. Leaping Lulu cleaned out one side of the sink last night. It's a start. That is an accomplishment, my dear. Okay? So what do we got? I'm here. All right. All right. Kim is venting. Explain to hubby, do not buy me stuff for Christmas. He didn't listen. Ugh. You know what? There is such societal pressure for people to do things that do not underestimate the feeling of, am I going to feel like a bad guy if I don't give what are my friends going to say if I don't give my wife presents, even though she asked for it? But also notice how it does feel if you're not being heard. Yeah. Having a conversation about that person to reassure their safety, that you won't feel like you will not be a bad husband if you don't give me anything, Yeah. Or if there's things that you want, literally, seriously, tell them to buy you decluttering coaching. It's a gift. Yeah. Starting is the hardest part for me, says Washburn. Starting is the hardest part for many of us. Doesn't mean you can't get better at it. Doesn't mean you can't start. What I like to do when I start, notice, is calming down your nervous system and stop telling yourself that starting is hard. How about this? How can I make starting easy? Well, create an environment that it makes it easy. Feel good. Put on some music. Activate your senses. Start your timer for literally 5 minutes. Start small, but just start. Okay? Okay. All right, bits and pieces is saying my problem is I bought it, so I feel like I should keep it whether I use it or not. You can let it go. Let go what's not working out for you. Now notice how, kind of like Rocky and Bullwinkle, that works on multiple levels. It works on, well, I thought I was going to use this pressure cooker, and we used it once or twice, but we really don't pressure cook. Pressure drop right on you. It is okay. This will happen to you. This has happened in the past to you. This may happen today, and it faux show will happen in the future. You will see something out in the world that you think is going to improve your life, whatever it is. It's a big calendar, it's a vacuum, whatever you see on TikTok Shop, for example. You see something and something might go, ooh, that might make my life easier. That might make it easier for me to vacuum or for me to feel healthy with these supplements. Whatever it is, you see something that part of you thinks might make your life better. Well, who doesn't want a better life? So you may buy the thing. When you buy the thing, however, sometimes it works. Sometimes what you buy does work. Yay! You keep that stuff. You use it. It gets you feeling better. Sometimes what you buy does not work out for you. It is going to happen when you realize, when you notice, when you discover that what you have isn't working out for you. Keeping it is not going to change that item. Release what doesn't work for you. And this is people, this is stuff, this is habits. So notice, even just on a very high level clutter, the stuff in your house that doesn't work out the way you hoped it would. Forgive yourself. You tried. You gave it a good effort. It's okay for you to release that thing. Now, what I like to say is if that thing still is workable and it has life still in it, just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean it may not work for somebody else. This is when I want you to think of sharing your abundance. Notice, instead of getting rid of, sharing your abundance with other people, and you may not even know those people. They are people that you donate to. You donate to places that are the third places where those people can connect up with the stuff. A food pantry, a thrift store, a charity. You put things in a place where you say, I have enough. I have more than enough. Here, share my abundance with other people. Doesn't that sound like the definition of rich? To not just have enough, but to have more than enough. But notice how more than enough doesn't feel good sometimes. So what we're doing is we're getting ourselves to the right amount. That just right feeling, a la Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Not too cold, not too hot, but just right. Okay? All right. I love it. Somebody called me a national treasure. Yay, look at me. I'm a national treasure. I feel like, what do you call it? Mae West. All right. I love it. See, loved when you said on a live, it's okay to get rid of items that friends gifted you. It resonated and helped. Yes. Because it is okay. It doesn't mean you're throwing away your friends. It doesn't mean you're throwing away or gifting or it doesn't like your friends. We do the best we can to show the people we love that we love them. It's almost like your kitty bringing you a dead mouse. It's like, see how much I love you? I love you, dead mouse. You understand where they're coming from, but you're not going to keep the mouse because it's going to get all stinky. Okay. Now, I'm going to back up here, see what we got. Okay. Yeah. Laura Gibbon is saying, I'm trying to donate things or places weren't taking or kind or helpful. Yeah. It's a rough time of week. And I bet there's a lot of places that are being overwhelmed with items right now. And the cool thing is, I will tell you guys from my personal experience, I tend to be early to the party. I am an early adopter. So if we're hanging out right now talking about clutter, that means we're ahead of the curve. That means regular folks have yet to catch on. So getting your stuff to those places beforehand. Okay? When things aren't working out, do not take them personally. Notice what's happening and change your plan. All right. Or do not allow their crappy feelings to affect you. That to me is a superpower. To have other people's feelings that they're trying to throw on you, almost like they're throwing some dog turds at you to make you feel bad. You might initially catch it, but then when you realize they're throwing you a piece of dog poop, you can drop it and please wash your hands. Okay? All righty. 616440, it sounds like you're sick, and I'm doing my best to keep up with the comments here. Oh, yeah, I had decluttering plans well off for the last week. Unfortunately, got a bad flu and no progress. It's okay. It's okay. There's no race, and there's no time limit. Now, yeah, the best laid plans of mice and men. The best laid plans. We have plans, and sometimes the world will throw us for a loop. It's okay. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay? Yeah. It's going to happen. Okay, what do we open? I wish gift cards didn't have such a bad reputation. I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. That's a gift card singing like Joan Jett. No, they're helpful, but people feel bad giving them. Notice, why do they feel bad giving them? How about you just gave somebody the experience of shopping without they get to pick out anything they want. Notice you have a story in your head about what gift cards represent. You could change that story and be like, guess what? I just gave you a shopping spree. I gave you a Target shopping spree. You can go in and buy anything you want. You know? Yeah. Now, Debbie is saying, I'm trying to get rid of brand new things like a small Fry Daddy. Nobody seems to want it. Nobody you know seems to want it. There's somebody out there who would love your Fry Daddy, but you don't know that person. That's okay. Get it to a place where that person can find it. Now, I often will say, I have often in the past given first dibs, as I like to say, of my cool stuff to the people that I know. However, some of them are good. Many other people that I know are already dealing with their own clutter, but other people are just starting on their journey of putting things in their kitchen. Find a place to donate it. You do not need to know the recipient of your generosity. Okay? All right. So what do we have? Yeah. Anna says, almost 20,000 likes. Well, thank you. It looks like I'm over. I don't quite know what that means. Curbside with a free sign. Love it. Anna says, I love gift cards. Then you buy things you like and then you won't have to donate it. Yeah. Yeah. You get more specific about these things. There we go. I told my niece and nephew that quality time is my love language. Yeah, I did that with my niece and nephew too. You know? Yeah, what would Joan Jett do? Completely. Do not give a damn about your bad reputation. Oh no, not me. I love it. We've been helping our son get rid of his stuff, slowly upgrading. Yeah, and the only way you can help other people with their stuff is when you know how to help yourself with it. Actually, I take that back. It is often easier to help other people because you don't hear the stories that they have, that their stuff tells them. Okay? So I offer to you, we got like 6 minutes left. I want to hit you with some really good stuff. If you have something to write down things with, let me help you. Okay. One thing right away from the get-go, just because TikTok is sending me messages about my team and a quest and all that. Elephant in the room. We're here on TikTok now. TikTok, I don't know if it's going to be around. I will be on TikTok for however long TikTok is around. But if TikTok goes away, I have a mailing list so we can stay in touch. Now, I don't send a lot of emails. I know people wish I sent more, but I really don't want to clutter up your mailbox. If you want to get the best and goodest stuff from me, hop on my free mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com. I say this because this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and the following weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're doing something that we had a lot of fun with in December. We're going to do it again this year. It is a decluttering party on Zoom. Yes, there's a ticket price, but half of the ticket price goes to a local charity for me. I'm going to do that every single time. Any money I raise that way, 50% of it is going to go to a local women's shelter because they will need money year round. They don't just need it at the end of the year for tax write-offs, okay? The only people who get invited to the cool things for me are the people who are on my mailing list. Now, I don't pressure you to join it. I just tell you that it's there if you want to join in. And it's a wicked fun thing. So that will also help if TikTok all of a sudden goes black for all of us. I can shoot out an email and say, hey, meet me over here on YouTube. Okay? Hopping on the mailing list in case TikTok goes down. The other thing too is This is a perfect time to start, but you can start anytime. Okay? And I am here for you. I do my TikTok lives often, pretty much every day. And again, if you want to find out when I'm doing them, I have a schedule. Those of you who were on my TikTok live yesterday, I added some for this week. Do I have next week? No, not yet, because I'm a human. And I know that today is allegedly a Tuesday, but tonight is also New Year's, and tomorrow's New Year's Day. And that societal calendar we have makes us treat things differently. Okay? So I want you to know you're not alone if you are dealing with clutter and feeling like it's a struggle. Okay? You're not alone. I'm here to help you if you want help. You're not alone. There's a fun community that tends to gather when I do a TikTok live. I do TikTok lives almost every day, but the time of day varies based on my coaching schedule and my real life schedule, but also because I coach people from all over the country. So I know that my early bird East Coast tendencies sometimes do not jibe with the folks in California or Hawaii, things like that. Okay? You can do this. What a fun thing to think of. Notice how clutter made you feel in December of 2024. How about we all hang out for the next year or so? We take our time, we have a fun time, so that next December, you have more of what you want, which is probably quality time with the people you care about, and you have less of the stuff that just doesn't matter. You maybe have also changed the way your family exchanges gifts. You have a heart-to-heart with the people who are giving you gifts. Oops, TikTok's telling me I got to sign off momentarily. I will do. Okay? So, I'm here for you. If you want to show up for yourself, I'm here. If you don't want to show up for yourself, that's totally you. But notice that when you get to the point where you say, I can't do this alone. I am struggling. There's a missing part in what I'm doing because I'm doing something, but it's not getting me the result I want. That's like signing up for any kind of class. Yoga, ice skating, mahjong. Mahjong. I love how I pronounce that. I'm cracking myself up. If you don't know how to do something, that's okay. Decluttering is a life skill that many of us were not taught because we were raised by people who came from hanging on and lack and collecting and fear. And legitimately, when we notice that and we notice what we're doing isn't getting what we want, we can get curious, not judgy and beating ourselves up. There will be no judging and no beating ourselves up and no being mean on my watch. If you want to do that, have at it, but not when I'm around. Okay, I will lovingly shut that down and encourage you to talk nicely to yourself. Okay, you deserve to be treated with kindness and love. And it starts in here. And if it feels weird, which it totally felt weird for me to do, let it feel weird until it doesn't. Okay? Treat yourself kindly. The decisions you're making about what you're saying, and it's like, as it says, Danielle says, when you say decluttering is decision making, I like how I also emphasize the syllable, right? Decluttering is decision making. Decluttering really is, on the surface and down in the deep end, is saying to yourself, what do I want in my life? And saying yes to the things you want and no or goodbye to the things you don't want. And what a better time of year to remind yourself of that, both in the clutter and in your heart and all the areas in between, but the beginning of one year and the end of another. Now, I'm here every day. Tomorrow, I will be doing a TikTok live. Do I know when? I kind of know when, but I'm going to check the schedule. If you want to know where we can hang out together for an hour, my TikTok lives are usually an hour and they're at the top of the hour. Hop on my mailing list. Again, destinationdecluttered.com. We're going to have fun. This past year was wicked fun. This year is going to be more of the same. I am here for you when you need me. And when you do what you can do, that's great. Congratulate yourself on what you do well, but don't beat yourself up about the things you're not good at yet. I can help you with that, clutter-wise and otherwise. Okay? Now, I'm going to sign off. I don't know. I'm going to do some fun stuff today. I hope you are too. You can do this. I'm here for you. Happy New Year, and I will see you next year, okay? User 6242, I'm not going to tell you what time. I'm going to be a little bit coy because I want you to get on the mailing list and I want you to practice going to the page that has the calendar, okay? I want you to participate in this type of thing, okay? Happy New Year, folks. I will see you next year, okay? Bye-bye.